All right. Here we are with Diana, who has generously made herself available to share about her experience with Network Spinal Care with us here at the Harmony Center for Whole Being in Oakland. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
So welcome.
Okay, so how many months ago was it? I forgot to check that. How many months ago was it that you started coming here? Like 5-ish, 4 or 5?
I believe I started in October, I want to say.
That sounds right, yeah.
Sounds about right.
So like 4 months, is that right? Yeah.
4 months coming on to 5 months. Okay, great. Cool. So you've been very consistent with your care. You've been receiving Network Spinal Care. And so do you want to just share with us what you remember of like, who were you? What was going on for you physically, emotionally, mentally? What was life like for you when you first found us and decided that this would be something helpful for you?
So before I started coming to Harmony, I was, well, kind of just like relieving symptoms in my body. Like I have chronic, like neck and shoulder pain, some back pain. And I've had it for like, I hate to say this, decades, because that makes me sound so old, but yeah. And so I would basically just treat the symptom, pop some pills, get a massage. And, it did, do yoga, and it did work for a good number of years. But I would say like, I just started having diminishing returns, and so I quit my job a couple years ago, and I decided, I was going to take care of myself finally, self-care. And so I was like, okay, I started like just doing a bunch of massage, acupuncture for the first time. And then like, it was, once again, I thought it was helping and I really wanted it to help. But even like my massage therapist was saying, I think there's something else going on here. And, and I've known him for years and he knows me well. So he's like, you need to look like deeper. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay. And I kind of did a little bit of, like soul searching. Mm-hmm. And although I didn't want to admit it, I knew that there were things in my life that happened, like physical trauma, emotional trauma, like my dad died and I wasn't there for it. Mm. And then just a lot of physical trauma that I just kind of put on the back burner. And so the tension was just like building up in my body. And I realized that these therapies that once worked were no longer really working anymore. So I was like, okay, there's something else going on. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, I think the reason I'm not feeling better is there's like some tension in me that just I can't release it like with the means I've been doing.
Yeah.
And so I've been talking, I talked to a few friends, and my dear friend Paula, who she actually, recommended that I give it a try coming in there. And when I went to the website and I read about the work, I was like, oh my God, I think this is it. Mm-hmm. I mean, without really knowing, I was so open to it. Yeah. Because I was ready for something, for something like more. Mm-hmm. For something that really resonated like with my body, and what was going on with me. So yeah, so that's that's where I was kind of just I don't want to say depressed, but I felt kind of like helpless and kind of stuck. Like I was like, okay, well, maybe this is just how I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. And, believe me, I probably could live like that, but, like I kind of want something better for myself. So
yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But no, I mean, when you live like that for so long, you're
Mm,
you're good at it, you know, like it's comfortable, you know, like
that's
and
real.
not to mention, well, I was also a little scared to start you know, these coming there because, you know, I knew it wasn't going to be hard. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I knew it was going to be, I would probably experience like a bunch of like not so like good feelings, and at the same time I've also experienced really good feelings and like good I feel like good progress, you know. So it's kind of worth it. I mean, like right now I'm kind of like on a seesaw. Like one day, like I mean, I feel great, and but I am able to sustain that a little more now,
Mm.
you know. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I love that how you said I knew without even knowing. And I remember that when you first started, it was like you just like were trusting something bigger that was you know, intuition we could say or whatever it was. And I love how you articulate all that. I felt really moved in particular by you saying like you could have lived like that, but you really knew you wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
And that threshold moment of like, I'm gonna have to face some shit. I know I'm gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
face, you know, it's like
Oh yeah.
the longing for the freedom or the relief or the more fullness of life on the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
side can pull us there. Or
Yeah.
the recognition that like what's happening is just really not working anymore for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so beautiful, and just it was really touching to me to hear that and get to support you in that thriving in your life. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think I I feel like it's kind of one of the more braver things I've done in my life,
Okay.
because without really knowing how it was going to affect me,
Mm.
you know, I just kind of like I just jumped right in because like I was that, I mean, I just want something more, you know. I don't want to settle for like,
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah, totally.
We do.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
more like you mentioned the progress.
Love to hear what more has opened up for you through your commitment to care. And one thing I'll just add too is the timing just felt so right for you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
The building up of the feedback in your body, the tension that had continuing to build up, that was getting diminishing returns, brought you to this moment, to this threshold, like Gianna mentioned, where you were ready to choose, even though it required some courage to actually commit to this. And so what have you experienced since starting care? What has opened up for you? What more is now available to you that wasn't back before you started network care?
well, what what really what's really like noticeable for me is that I'm just feeling a lot more now, you know. And I think I've mentioned to both of you, like it's not necessarily good feelings all the time, but I feel like I was kind of numb in a weird way, like just very reactive, and now I'm just kind of like I'm more, you know, I just feel like I'm participating more in my life because I have like more energy.
Mhm.
um and you know, and it's also forcing me to deal with the feelings that keep coming up, and that I think is so crucial, like to like my healing, you know, because it's, you know, I mean, it's this stored like stuff in my body, like, you know, it's not gonna like resolve itself unless I face it. So yeah, I've been just, you know, I've been able to, I have more energy to deal with these things now. You know, I've had like some tough conversations with people, which I would never have had before,
Whoa.
you know, right?
Yeah.
and and like, you know, and it felt really good and I felt really confident, you know.
Yeah.
while having the conversations. And so I know, like, you know, there's a lot more down the road, but I feel more equipped now, you know, just kind of emotionally, and not afraid to actually, you know, I'm not afraid anymore of what's coming, because, you know, I know that on the other side of that, it's good times for sure, you know. Like, who knows when, but I don't know if there's a timeline, but it's okay because I have the time now, you know, and I'm making the time for myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to celebrate you. Like, I just feel so, like, enlivened by what you just shared. And I didn't get that part around like feeling more confident in hard conversations. And it's like, yes, you know, like that's to be human, you know, is to feel it all. I don't know why or where we get this idea. Well, I guess I do know. I mean, it's a survival response, but it's like we get this idea that it's like feeling is just supposed to be good feelings, but it's like it's the full range of humanness to be alive, right? And you said you were numb. Yeah, you were numb to feelings that weren't the socially acceptable or mentally acceptable nice ones.
Right.
You were numb to them, you know, and that served you for a period of time when there was a lot of pain perhaps in your life. But now it's like your full access to that is what makes you an alive and thriving human. Like those two things are exactly correlated. And that allows you to not feel so afraid of what's coming, because it's like, I've felt it all, you know, it's like if I felt it all, or I know I'm willing to feel it all, there's really nothing to be afraid of, because I know on the other side feeling it, I'm still alive. And actually you feel a lot of bliss and gratitude often. Like you in particular report that, you know, it's like on the other side of feeling it all, it's like you actually feel really alive.
Yeah. And I mean, alive, I mean, like I said, like sometimes I don't want to feel the feelings I am, but I know that, you know, it's, I don't know, it, like I said, it's necessary, you know, it's necessary to deal with the feelings in order to kind of break through.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that. I really love having the challenging conversations with confidence. The other layer to this is when we feel all of our feelings, that's an aspect of our power. And I just feel you more connected to your power and your ability to stand firm and to speak your truth, even though it may feel uncomfortable and there may be parts that feel afraid in the moment. But I feel your commitment to that. And when you said, I don't feel afraid anymore, I believed it. You know, I kind of have chills there, because it feels like there's a new stability in you. There's a new level of commitment to being true to yourself. And that, I just want to acknowledge it and celebrate and reflect that back as something that's here now, that's changed you through this process, through your commitment to yourself and with this work.
Yes. I mean, I think that I just feel like a lot more resilient, you know, like with, I don't know, I just, all these years of feeling kind of just, I don't know, kind of hopeless, kind of just, you know, resigned, if you will. And I'm just really glad that I decided to focus on myself finally, you know, because I mean, I think, I don't know, it's so hard. Like I've been trying to explain it to my family, but they're not, I don't know really how to, I don't know how to say it, but I think they're just not really they don't understand what I'm going through, but they're willing to listen, you know, and they're just happy that I'm feeling better, you know. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I was going to ask that next, like, how would you describe what we're doing or this process?
And I'll add to it, like this work isn't for everybody, right? Not everybody on the same track, on the same page, that even has an awareness of something needing to change, let alone connected to their own pain enough to really want to create a new change. So just to add to that question, like, who do you think would benefit from this kind of work that this would be right for? And then how would you describe it to that person?
Well, I think that this work would be good for someone who kind of just, kind of, I guess, kind of like where I was, just kind of like, traditional things aren't working for you anymore, it's time to look deeper within yourself, so yeah, somebody who has the awareness, and really is willing to kind of just jump in and like be ready for whatever's coming, because you have to to me you have to be brave, because like I certainly didn't know like what was coming for me, and also what's ahead for me, continuing like the therapy and everything. So yeah, somebody brave, somebody open, and somebody who's willing like to also like participate, like do some of the work, yeah, you don't just go there and like lie on the table and like expect a miracle, like you like I feel like my breathing and like being really present, like those are two things that like I think those kind of like give me my power, if you will. Like it's like I'm participating. I'm, with each session, I'm kind of working with you. You're not just working on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Being with your experience.
Sorry?
You're being with your experience.
Yes, totally. So if I had to explain the work, let's see. It's kind of like a reorganization of like the energy in your body, through like touching certain parts of the spine that I guess are channels of energy, or maybe there's like stored energy there that can get released and brought to other parts of the body that need it. And also allowing the brain to like communicate better with the body and develop new ways of healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like, I mean, at least that's what I'm feeling in my body, so yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I love hearing how people describe it. And a lot of what you said is very true. Yeah, that's a great description of what's happening.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been such a pleasure to work with you, and I'm super excited, as you've alluded to, like to see what's next for you and like what more, like in a lot of ways, it's like you've experienced so much in 4 months time. Amazing. And there is that sense of, there is this like momentum and movement. Like it's not the end for you. Like I'm excited to see.
Yeah, me too. I've been kind of experimenting with doing the double sessions back to back, and I can't decide what I like better. I used to think that coming twice a week would like spread it out a little bit more, so maybe it would sustain me longer to the next entrainment. But now I'm feeling like that's not necessarily the case. Maybe 3 months ago it would have been the case, but now I feel like I can take on, or it's beneficial for me, like the double session. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And I love how you shared, and that's like an amazing thing to speak to, that it is a collaboration. Like we are a co-participant. You said that so beautifully. We're not just doing something to you.
Right.
This isn't a restorative therapy where it's like, okay, we just want to make some things feel a little better. We want to make some things go away so you can be more comfortable. It's like, no, there is a reorganization of the energy. And just like you said, your body's learning new strategies for wellness. Move the energy, move the emotion, and actually function better physiologically in your nervous system and in your spine. So your your participation, your awareness, your attention, your breath, your movement, all of that on the table is how you get the results that you did so beautifully and quickly. You know, it's like we are in collaboration together when we're in entrainment. It's a co-arising process. So
yes,
thank you for how you show up and just your beautiful heart that you share in our space. We love supporting you.
And I just want to add, again, a lot of gratitude for you being willing to show up and to do the work and to make change and for your own life. But, you know, as human beings, we are not separate individuals. We are so connected. We impact everyone around us, and we have a massive impact. And so just knowing that your choice, your dedication, your commitment to honor your own healing journey and your own transformation, just knowing how much that's probably already had a significant impact on everyone that's connected to you in your life, regardless of you even having a conscious awareness of that. And so just really connecting to that potential too, the more that you change, the more positive impact that you're going to have. And that's quite a gift that I'm grateful for.
Yes. And I'm grateful for you guys, because I mean, you just taught me so much, like about, you know, like I ask questions, and I mean, it's not that I had the wrong idea of, you know, or of what was going on in my body, but it's always so positive, you know, like I'll say, oh, like I have, you know, like my left side is always like stuck, and you'll say, oh, well, don't think of it that way, you know, it's like an opportunity, you know, it's an opportunity to yeah, like I mean, it's always positive, and that's one reason why I love coming there, you know. It's just the environment, you know, it's just you're always so positive, and the way you explain things too, it's very it's a way that I understand it, you know. So yeah. Thankful for you guys.
Thank you.
I love that. And that speaks to the power of the perspectives that we hold about our situation, the way that we frame it.
Yeah.
Completely transform our relationship to it. And we can go from feeling like a victim that's trapped, that's helpless, into a proactive participant in collaboration with the wisdom of our body, as well as the wisdom of life. And so that's the shift, just from a change in perspective. And of course, the energy state change of moving from one place to another is completely different as well. So I love that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing in this conversation with us.
Oh, thanks for asking. I think this was also, you know, part of my growth, you know, like, and it helps to like say things out loud.
Totally.
Yeah, to just kind of because that's what I'm feeling inside. So it's nice to be able to like verbalize it, you know, and put it into words.
And then you're offering a blessing to all the people who might listen to this and who may be searching and seeking. So you're getting to spread that potential and that possibility for them. Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be something, you know, like that just sticks with them. And they're like, yep, this is for me. Yeah.
Awesome. Woo.